Hey team, and welcome to episode 24 of Creative English 2025. Just a little bit of a test for you. Yes, I know you guys love my tests. They're so fun and fluffy and cuddly, just like these puppies right here. And, well, I'm kidding. I do think my students enjoy my tests. They are just activities where we review what we have seen over the last few weeks, in this case, the last month and a half. And today's test is about little words. Which little words? The ones we've seen. The to, for, in, on, at, get, take, make, do, and though. Though was a new one, new addition. And take as well. Take and though are new additions this year. And all four of our activities are about these words. And they're words that cause difficulties for my students. And I'm going to continue this train of thought after our first activity, which is right here, our introduction. I wrote a little story. In this case, art is imitating life. We met some really cool dogs this weekend. Canicorso. Actually, I don't know what they're called in English. I've only ever heard them in Portuguese. Canicorso, King Corso? I don't know. But they're adorable. Their parents are huge, about 60 kilos. And if you want them, they're disappearing quickly because they're being offered very cheaply by my neighbor in Lagoa Santa. So, little story. And what is the point of this story? You need to find 3 little mistakes above. The mistakes are related to these words. And at the end of this video, I will explain more about this video, about this activity. All right? So 3 little mistakes. Challenge number 2, you can't have a good English test without some fill in the blanks. So we started with this part right here with the prepositions and here with the verbs. In some cases, I would accept more than one answer. Usually there are best or better answers. But take a look. And if you have any doubts, send them my way. All right? And our expression of the week, a side hustle. Yes, your second job, a way to make some extra cashish. And I thought this one, add, in, on, to, and for was a little bit easier. Then we have the second one with do, get, make, and take. Challenge number 3. This is a really fun exercise. And to start, we will go to the most American place on the planet. Yes, aisle 11 at Walmart, where you can get your beer, pizza, potatoes, and your guns, Bibles, and sweatpants to fill off that American combo. But how are we going to do this little activity? I recommend getting a piece of paper to help you. But you will pick a list of one of these set of words, these little lists, have 5 words. And you need to use 5 little words from the ones above. So 5 of these, as well as the 5 from the list that you pick. And a lot of cool stories. This is a fun activity. I enjoyed doing this with my students. So pick one of these, add 5 little words. You can get all 10. Ms. Julia, congratulations. She managed to get all 10 in one of her stories. And last up, I heard a really good podcast. It took me last week because it was 4 hours long. And I wrote down a lot of good questions related to this podcast. And I like them. I'm the teacher, so I'm sending them to you. You will pick 3 of these questions to answer. And again, I want you to include 5 little words. Those ins, ons, and ats, tos, and fors. And let me pick one. How do you filter good advice from bad advice? And I think the first person we need to remember is Mr. Nassim Taleb, where he always talks about skin in the game. Why is somebody giving you advice? Do they have your best interests in their advice, or do they just want to sound important or just talk? I think this is the biggest problem we have with modern information. We get them from generic YouTubers and Instagrammers who they don't know you. They don't care about you at all. They care about likes and they care about views and monetization. So that's the first thing you need to be careful about. Does the person giving you advice have your best interest at heart? And part 2, are they qualified? And, you know, maybe I might take advice from my mom about something related to my kids, but I probably wouldn't ask her advice in relationship something at the gym. So it's, are they qualified and do they have your interests in mind? I think those are the 2 things you need to think of before you take somebody's advice. All right. Team, that's what I've got for you. If you want the full podcast, I really recommend it. It was amazing. It was really a treat. 4 hours, but at the end I felt like I would love another hour or two. And some more bonus points that I couldn't fit into the test. Complaining. The universe is existing in a way I do not prefer. Yes, when we're complaining, I think if you make it into kind of ridicule yourself with this phrase, it'll make you realize it doesn't really matter that much. According to them, being in a good mood in bad situations is the #1 skill someone can have, and it really is admirable. I know a few people like this, and it's a skill that I will try to work on in myself. I like this. Real winners celebrate little things like they won the lotto. I've started trying to identify the smallest thing that makes me happy each day. I think it's a great practice. And final one, round up. You can interpret something 2 ways. Pick the better one. Why not? Right? Last up, I wanted to go back to this first activity. I had some students who they said it was too difficult. And once they said this, they unlocked my next question, which was, yeah, but did you understand it? And all of them were like, yeah, we understood it. And team, that's the biggest takeaway that you can take or get from this section is that most of these mistakes are a bigger problem in here than out here. If you mix up an in and an on, a get or a take, a make or a do, the person will understand you. And it's more about us feeling uncomfortable, about us losing some confidence in ourselves because we don't know if 100% this is the correct word. Team, don't worry. You're speaking in a second language, and if you make a mistake with one of these little words, it will not influence the communication, which is always what's most important. So keep it up, and I'm proud of you guys. So thank you, and I hope to see you in class. We have a game next week. It's a good one.